Playing with Google Labs again, and I am going to demonstrate a product that is very similar to Google Notebook, and it is called Illuminate. And so it's an experiment. It functions kind of the same way as the LM Notebook. It will provide you with a conversation between two hosts, and you can kind of define how you want the dialogue. You can have it be a little casual, formal, guided, freeform, whatever. And so what I'm going to do is I picked an article or a paper that I just read a little while ago, and it is about progressive learning from complex explanation traces of GPT. And so this was published in June of 2023, and I am going to let Illuminate help me out with this one. So I'm putting the archive.org URL in here. I'm going to keep it casual, and I think I'm going to keep these hosts the way they are. Let me hit plus. And so let's see, create a relaxed and spontaneous conversation with a laid back. So we'll go ahead and generate that. It says 20 generations remaining for today. And while it's doing that, you can see it's popping up. If you look over here, there's some things going on. There's a home button, there's a library, and this will populate my work or my readings and drafts. And so we'll hope that that stays the way it is. And we'll go through this a little bit. So let's go back to the main menu. There you go. Wish me luck. I'll click that. So this is what it looks like while it's working. There are actually some that have already been done. You can see research papers. And then you can go up here to books. Let's see what kind of books. So you got books that you can listen to already that have already been generated. There is a help section. Tells you what Illuminate is. It's an experimental technology that uses AI to adapt web content to your learning preferences. After you provide a URL, Illuminate will attempt to generate an audio dialogue with two AI-generated voices discussing the key points. And so this seems relatively easy. You can see, you have a library too. You can access the library by tapping the library button. Personal, here you can find and manage all the audio conversations you generated. Public, in this section you can listen to general selections that were publicly available. And looks like got terms and policies, so everything looks good. Let's go to generate and see if it's there. I go to library. All right, looks like it did it, so I'm going to save it to my library, and I'm going to play it for a few minutes.
This conversation is powered by Google Illuminate. Check out illuminate.google.com for more. Ever wonder how we can make smaller AI models?
So notice, I paused it. Notice that the host sounds very similar to the host in Google LM Network.
Smarter. This paper explores a fascination approach.
It's all about teaching them to think, not just mimic.
Exactly. They're not just copying it.
And the guest voice sounds like the host in LM as well. So it's the same two voices right now. I think you can change them though.
Answers, but learning the reasoning behind them, right?
Like having a super smart tutor guiding a less experienced student.
And the results are pretty impressive. Let's dive in. So the paper starts by pointing out some problems with current methods of training smaller AI models. What are some of the biggest hurdles?
One big issue is the data. All
right, so now I'm going to interrupt, and you can see right here there's a little hand. I'm going to click on that. Hi there, ask me anything about this paper. Here are some examples. And so I am going to say, how big is this? I'm going to unmute. I should have done that first. And so here it says, thanks for the question. The paper doesn't disclose the size of GPT-4. It only mentions that Orca is 13 billion parameter model. All right, so let's see.
Thanks for the question. The paper doesn't disclose the size of GPT-4. It only mentions that Orca is a
All right, so you can ask questions. It's not like in Google Notebook where you can kind of interrupt them and stuff. They will continue their conversation.
Current data sets are often limited in size and diversity. They might focus on simple questions, not complex reasoning tasks.
So like asking what's the cap?
So you can see the text for the host, so it's kind of like a script, and then you can raise your question again. You can ask more questions, and let's try one more. And then basically what this does, though, is I think it sticks to whatever you shared. I'm not sure that it goes outside of that.
Orca is a 13 billion parameter AI model that learns to imitate the reasoning process of larger models like GPT-4. It does this through a technique called explanation tuning. Instead of just copying answers, Orca learns from the step-by-step explanations that GPT-4 provides. This helps Orca understand the...
All right, so this helps with studying, so you can really learn a lot. And I will go into the article, the paper, and find out if it explains Orca. I can't remember what it said. And then, but this is a 4-minute discussion. It was a casual one. You can collapse the player. You can download it. You can dismiss it. You can view the source. You can up or down it. And you can go forward and backwards. You can go backwards 10 seconds. You can go forward 30 seconds. And you can ask questions. So don't overlook this one. If you are a student or you're trying to learn on your own, this may actually be a very good option